Hey guys, Tennessee Yankee, welcome back to the channel. Hey, today I'm going to be working on a generator tent. You probably saw my last video with my Firman generator. I need a way to get it out of the weather. And I know that there's guys that put them in sheds, different things like that. Some guys, there's actually a company out there that makes a generator tent, I believe. I'm going to make a DIY generator tent today. I don't really know exactly how it's going to turn out. I got some ideas on how I want to do it. I'll show you the parts and we'll get into it and see how it turns out. It might be a bust. We'll find out together. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so here's that generator. My main goal here is I'm going to be running this to my house. I'm going to be using the 50 amp right here. So the main thing is I want to make sure if this is running and it's like this torrential rainstorm that I'm at least covering up this electrical area, so my plug isn't going to see any weather. On the outside of my house is going into a box that's covered up. So I kind of want to accomplish the same thing here. So my initial thought is how I'm going to build this. Let me show you the parts that I came up with over here. So I'm gonna try using some PEX, and this is gonna be basically my tent frame. And my idea is I'm gonna run it off the four sides of the generator over here, this frame. My thought is I'm going to take the PEX, I'm gonna mount some 1-inch PVC to the frame, and then I'm gonna just insert the PEX as needed. I don't even know if I'll need these, but I got these trailer couplers. This is what would go through the PEX and hold it into the pipe. But it's probably gonna be mostly a friction fit. And then what I plan on doing at the top is I'm gonna join everything together with this coupler here, this 4-way coupler. And these were not easy to find, by the way. Finally, they actually started having them at Lowe's. But they're kind of a unique fitting. And then I just have an assortment of hose clamps here. Obviously don't need all these. I just grabbed what I had and we'll see what works. So that's kind of my parts list. The 1-inch PVC, the 3/4 inch PEX, the hose clamps, the trailer coupler, and then that PVC coupler there. So let's try it out and see what we come up with. Oh, obviously I need a tarp too. So I think I have a leftover tarp up in my box of goodies. So once we get the frame built and it looks like it's going to work, we'll get the tarp out and figure out that solution. All right, first things first, I think it makes sense to give myself about 4 inches of PVC for basically the frame part. So I'm just going to make a mark here, 4 inches. And we'll use my handy dandy Irwin PVC cutters that work amazing. I think I might have screwed up these things the other day. They're a little harder to cut. Maybe it's just because it's 1 inch, but I actually used these the other day I see a little nick here. That wasn't very smart. I mean, it's probably just like a chainsaw blade. But the other day I used these to strip back some of the insulation on my 6-gauge wire when I was putting a new end on it. And I probably got into the metal a little bit and scraped it up. Definitely cutting harder. All right, I don't know if you can see this, but the hose clamps I found, they're 032. It says 40 to 63 millimeter. And then I found this 5/16 socket. Actually fits on there well. I hate using screwdrivers on these because they always slip off, so you want to find a socket that'll work. All right, as you guys know, the worst part about hose clamps is probably getting them started again. Hopefully we won't have a problem with that. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. I think I'm gonna come down here as close as I can get to the wheels. Probably use this blue edge as kind of my guide for the top. So let's see if we can't get this baby started easy. That was easy, pretty easy when they're not all jacked up and crooked. So let's see, I think I'll come out here. That way I'm still clearing the wheel and it'll allow me to get my tarp further out to the front. If I'm over here on the side, I won't have as much clearance, but I can't get too close there to the wheel. So I'm just gonna, I guess I'll use that as my guide just to clear it. I suppose this project will classify as another PVC DIY goodie. Another reason for the socket is you'd never get this kind of leverage with the screwdriver. I might actually want to keep this a little higher on the back because I have the exhaust to think about on the other side. So I don't know. Again, my main concern was that other side with the electrical connections. So I think on this side, I'm actually gonna keep it elevated here and bring it out to the back. That way it'll put me out here. It'll just get a little engine coverage, but should also be high enough that my exhaust is able to clear on the other side. So we'll try this for right now. We can always move it if we need to. All right, let's use our level here and we'll find level for this side. And I'll just make a mark where the top of the PVC wants to go. All right, there we have it, phase one. We got all four of our PVC clamps on. Again, like I said, these ones in the front I put lower so we can try to get to that electrical coverage, and then we'll try it a little higher in the back. And then what that'll do is hopefully give us a little more engine clearance for heat to escape, and then also help clear our exhaust here. I'm gonna just kind of approximate what I need here. And for right now, we'll go with right here. We can always shorten it up. It's looking more and more like I could need two hose clamps, but we'll see. So let me show you guys what I'm thinking for the middle piece here. Originally I thought I'd be bringing four pieces together, four individual pieces, but then I'm like, why do I need to do that? I will just run this one through, put it back in, and then I'll use this just to join my other two pieces. And then maybe when I figure out exactly where I want it, maybe I'll just stick a self-tapping screw in there, something to hold it in place where I want it. All right, so over here on the other side, I just came up with a different idea. You know how I said I might have to use 2 clamps just to keep it from twisting on me. I think instead of using another coupler over here to stop this one from, coming in and out, I think what I'm going to do actually is just drill a small hole on this side, and I think I'm going to use some of my stainless screws I have, and I think I'm just going to go through here and go into the frame a little bit, and then that'll give me my stop and second point where this thing won't twist anymore. All right, let me make sure this is kind of plumb. That looks pretty good. Now let's move this up a little bit. Get rid of our twisting. There we go. There. Now it ain't going anywhere. Okay, so let's do another dry fit on this side. And we can go ahead and modify this side just like we did on the other one over here with the stainless screw. I think that's something I want to do later though, once I know for sure that this is a project that's going to be feasible. So that looks good there. Let's see what kind of arc we have. So get a little twist here. But overall, there's the first half of our St. Louis arch, and then we'll go the other way like I said, and we'll just tie it together in the middle right here. All right guys, I was impatient, so I went ahead and did this side too. So we're starting with the same way. So again, stainless at the bottom, drilled it all the way through, no more twisting, plus it looks cleaner. I actually grabbed my T-handle, guys. This seems to work just as well, maybe if not better than the socket, because I can get a little extra forward leverage on it. So I got this thing about a year ago. It's from Germany. It's a really nice T-handle. I used to have a ratchet one, but the ratchet mechanisms always seem to bust on the ones I've got, so I just went with a manual one. All right, now that we have that in place, we can move this hose clamp up again so we don't have our twist. All right, 3 down, 1 more to pin. All right, praise the good Lord Jesus. We got all 4 of them in, and none of them stripped out. So I'm just going to go ahead and move up this last hose clamp here, and we'll move on to the next step. All right, guys, so here we are. We got all 4 of the PVC bases on, and then that is how the PEX is sitting in there right now, with the one piece all the way down to the stainless screws. So that looks like a pretty good arch. Now we'll go ahead and fit the second piece. Okay guys, mid-project update. So this isn't going quite as smoothly as I thought it would. So it appears there'd be 2 better ways to do this from the setup I already have invested here. It doesn't seem like this 4-way is the way to go. I almost think I'm better off just having a 3-way coupler here, and that way I can just mirror the angle. Obviously these are still too long, but if I just do 3-way, I can just kind of mirror the angle that I have here right now, and it won't put stress on the joint. And then so I can do a 3-way from this side and like a 3-way from this side. It seems like when I'm trying to accomplish this, you know, there's just too much going on here from trying to get it right because we're at different heights. So either that, or I think the other solution would be to just say to heck with the coupler altogether. And now I'm short material, but just to get another piece of PEX that I can bend, you know, just how it wants to bend, and then just bring it together with a tie in the middle. You know, one of my bungee cords just to hold it together. At the end of the day, we're not looking for perfection. We're just trying to have a fun little project that keeps this thing mostly out of the rain. So looks like I'm gonna have to come back to this after I get another part or two here. All right, guys, day 2, I'm back at the project. And so yesterday when I left you guys, I was talking about getting some T's instead of the 4-way. So I picked up 2 T's, and lo and behold, that still didn't seem to work very well. So these get to go back to the store. And you can see what I ended up doing here. I just got another length of PEX since I had shortened the one too much I had yesterday. And I think this is going to be the best setup. I'm just going to go at it at 2 different directions. And then lo and behold, the bungee ties, the world solution for most all your problems are the bungee ties. So I think that's how I'm going to tie it together. So just a quick 2 pieces to stick in there, tie it together with the bungee. Now we got to figure out what we're going to do for a tarp solution and see if this comes together. Check this out. Lo and behold, my tarp box didn't disappoint. I got this brand new patio table cover that I've never used. I think it's going to be perfect. I'm going to try to fit it a little bit better, throw some grommets on it, and we'll see what we can come up with. But yeah, bonus. All right. Basically, we were able to get rid of all this waste. Let's see what we got. All right, here's what's left after removing the outer part. So now that it's flat, I can actually see how I want to use it here. All right, it looks like that It character from the Munsters. So I completely cover everything, so that's good. So now I guess I'm just going to start pinning it up and shaping it. Okay guys, I think this project has come to a completion. I think it's turned out even a little more redneck than I anticipated. Certainly Tennessee Yankee style. So what I was going to do is I was going to fashion this thing all around with the clamps the way I wanted it, and then kind of shorten it up and put grommets in it and, you know, do all that. But then I got to thinking, okay, by the time I do that, then I'll have to figure out all kinds of different ways to secure it, when the bottom line is the clamps work awesome. Just had these laying around, so it wouldn't take me but 5 minutes once I need to start my generator to throw the frame on it and just stick this, you know, this cover over the top of it. I did go a little extra step just to kind of mark it. So hey, here's my pull start. I mark the top over here just so I know exactly where that goes, and then
where the panel is, and heck yeah, why not just throw it on real quick when you need it and don't need to get too fancy. And this does exactly what we're looking for. We're covering up all the electrical panel, and then we have all the exhaust, and the engine heat can easily escape here on the other three sides. So I hope this was helpful to you if you want to embark on this little DIY project. It's kind of fun. So I appreciate you guys watching. We'll see you on the next one. One more thing, guys. So here is this is the footprint of the whole setup. We got the tarp, we got our two pecs here, and our one little bungee. So that doesn't take up too much space.
Hey guys, Tennessee Yankee. Thanks for watching. If you found this content helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button on your right. I have other content linked for you on the left side. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching.